Level 1. The Scraper. You're 17 years old. You live in a concrete, Soviet-era apartment block on the outskirts of Yekaterinburg. It's January. The radiator in your bedroom hasn't worked in 3 weeks. You can see your breath in the air when you wake up. The smell of boiled cabbage and stale cigarette smoke hangs permanently in the hallway. Your mother works at a packaging facility for 25,000 rubles a month, but her employer hasn't paid her since November. The eviction notice taped to your front door says you have exactly 10 days before the bank locks you out. You have no political connections, no physical strength, and no future. What you do have is a 5-year-old laptop with a cracked screen and a stable internet connection. You spend 14 hours a day in the glow of that cracked monitor. You navigate the Tor browser. You find a Russian-language forum hidden behind 3 layers of proxy servers. A user with no profile picture is offering payment in Bitcoin for repetitive digital labor. You reply. Your first job is data scraping. You aren't hacking anything. You are a digital garbage man. The user sends you massive text files containing millions of leaked emails and passwords from old corporate data breaches. Your job is to run these credentials through an automated script that tests them against banking websites, streaming services, and retail accounts. Green means the password still works. Red means it doesn't. For every successful login you verify, you are paid fractions of a cent. You sleep 4 hours a night. At the end of the week, you made $80 in Bitcoin. Enough to buy groceries, enough to keep the lights on. You tell your mother you found freelance data entry work. She cries and kisses your forehead. You don't tell her that the credentials you verified were just used to drain a pensioner's bank account in Ohio. You just ask the anonymous user for more files. Level 2. The Vendor. You're 19. You've saved enough to upgrade your hardware, and you've watched how the markets operate. You are now a vendor on a hidden dark web marketplace. You sell logs, complete digital fingerprints of infected computers, saved passwords, browser cookies, autofill data, IP addresses. You buy raw malware from developers, harvest the data from cheap botnets, and sell it to other criminals for 15 apiece. Your life becomes bizarrely corporate. You are essentially doing customer service for thieves. A buyer complains that the credit card from a log they bought was already cancelled. They threaten to leave a negative review. Reputation is the only currency that matters on the forum. You apologize. You issue a refund. You send 2 free logs to compensate. They leave a 5-star review. You are making $3,000 a month. You buy a new gaming rig. You pay off your mother's apartment. But you start paying attention to the blockchain. You see the wallets of people buying your 15 logs. They are moving hundreds of thousands of dollars, using your data to bypass 2-factor authentication on corporate bank accounts. They are making the real money. You are just handing them the keys. The greed sets in. Level 3. The Affiliate. You're 22. You apply to join a ransomware as a service syndicate. They are selective. You send them your vendor profile and a portfolio of corporate vulnerabilities you've identified. They accept you. The syndicate operates like a franchise. They provide state-of-the-art ransomware that bypasses modern endpoint detection. Your job is to find a target, break into their network, and deploy the code. If the target pays, you keep 70%. The syndicate keeps 30%. Your first target is a regional logistics company in Germany. A spear-phishing email compromises a mid-level manager's account. 3 weeks of quietly mapping their network. You find their backups. You disable them. Then, at 2:00 a.m. on a Sunday, you execute the payload. Every computer, server, and hard drive encrypts simultaneously. Screens go black. One message appears. Your files are encrypted. Pay $250,000 in Bitcoin within 72 hours, or your data will be permanently deleted. On the 3rd day, $250,000 hits the wallet. After the syndicate's cut, you made $175,000 in a single afternoon. Your hands shake. A dental network in Texas. 400,000. A manufacturing plant in Italy. 600,000. The money isn't real. The victims aren't real. They are just IP addresses. Level 4. The core developer. You're 25. You move into a luxury high-rise in St. Petersburg. You drive a Porsche. You tell neighbors you traded crypto early. The syndicate wants you building malware now, not just deploying it. Your job is pure architecture. Hunting zero-day vulnerabilities in enterprise software, flaws the manufacturers don't even know about yet. You write custom exploits. You build the digital bombs that affiliates drop. The syndicate launches a massive global campaign using your new code. It spreads too fast. An affiliate accidentally infects a major hospital network in London. Surgical schedules erased, patient records locked, life support monitoring goes offline. Ambulances divert critical patients to other cities. A reporter announces that a patient died of a heart attack in the back of a diverted ambulance because the nearest emergency room couldn't accept them. You sit in your apartment sweating. The abstraction is gone. You wrote the code that stopped that heart. You message the syndicate boss. You want to release the decryption key. You want out. He sends you a single file, your real name. A photo of your high-rise. A photo of your mother walking into a bakery in Yekaterinburg, taken yesterday from across the street. We don't give refunds. You work for us until we say you are done. If you stop coding, the people watching your mother will stop taking photos. The trap snaps shut. You close the file, you open your compiler, you go back to work. Level 5, the administrator, you're 28. The guilt has burned away, replaced by cold mechanical survival. You are promoted to administrator, overseeing the entire RAS operation. You manage 200 affiliates. You review targets to ensure no Russian infrastructure is hit, the unwritten rule that keeps local authorities looking the other way. You negotiate directly with corporate CEOs and cyber insurance firms. You have a recruitment department scouting talent on hacker forums. You treat it like a Fortune 500 company. Then a rival syndicate launches a DDoS attack against your servers, demanding a 30% cut of your profits. You don't fight them with code. You pay an intelligence broker $100,000 to identify the rival administrator's real-world location. He lives in a suburb of Moscow. You hand the address to enforcers. 2 days later, the DDoS stops. A local news report describes a young software engineer assaulted in his driveway with a metal pipe. Both hands shattered. He will never type again. You feel nothing. You are making $2 million a month. Level 6, the washer. You're 32. Generating millions in Bitcoin is easy. Spending it without ending up in federal prison is the hardest job on earth. The blockchain is a public ledger. Every transaction is recorded forever. You must become the washer. You relocate to Dubai. No extradition treaty. A 15 million penthouse overlooking the marina. Your entire job is laundering money. You build a network of shell companies in Cyprus, Panama, and the British Virgin Islands. You run crypto through complex tumbling services, breaking large transactions into thousands of microscopic fractions bouncing across different wallets until the source is untraceable. You convert it to fiat currency. You buy commercial real estate in London, luxury art in Geneva. Other criminals come to you. Lieutenants from the Sinaloa cartel, bosses from the Italian 'Ndrangheta. They have hundreds of millions in dirty cash from cocaine and heroin. You charge them 15% to clean it. These men have killed dozens with their bare hands, yet they defer to you completely. They don't understand the blockchain. You hold the keys to their empires. But you use fake passports, encrypted burner phones. You haven't spoken to your mother in 5 years. You have unlimited wealth and nowhere safe to spend it. Level 7, the architect. You're 37. The original founders have been arrested, disappeared, or died. You are at the absolute top. The architect. Your syndicate brings in $2 billion a year. You have the capability to shut down America's meat supply chain, to turn off electricity in major European cities. You are no longer just a criminal. You are a geopolitical weapon. The FBI has a $15 million bounty on your head. The NSA tracks your digital footprint with military satellites. Interpol has a red notice for your arrest. Your paranoia is absolute and entirely justified. 10 former Spetsnaz operatives guard you around the clock. You live in a reinforced compound. You do not own a smartphone. You communicate exclusively through air-gapped laptops and trusted couriers carrying encrypted flash drives. The FSB contacts you. They don't want to arrest you, they want to use you. Absolute protection from Western extradition in exchange for targets. Cripple Ukrainian logistics. Hack American defense contractors. Steal weapons schematics. You are no longer the boss, you are a tool for the state. Refuse their orders, and they hand your coordinates to the CIA. Fail their objectives, and your security detail receives new instructions, and you accidentally fall from a high window. You have $2 billion and cannot take a quiet walk down a public street. A gilded, heavily armed prison. Level 8. The error. You're 41. You have survived longer than anyone in the history of the dark web. You believe you have built a perfect system, but perfection is a myth. You only have to be unlucky once. The mistake isn't even yours. A 19-year-old affiliate in Romania gets tired, gets sloppy. While uploading stolen data to the Syndicate's back-end server, his VPN drops for exactly 4 seconds. His real IP address flashes across the server logs. 4 seconds is all the NSA needs. They trace the IP. They raid the kid in Romania. They flip him. An undetectable backdoor is installed on his machine. For 6 months, the FBI and Europol silently watch everything. They map your servers, your shell companies, your offshore accounts. They trace your couriers. They find the compound in Dubai. The raid comes at 3:00 a.m. on a Tuesday. The power to your compound is cut. Your security detail is neutralized with flashbangs and tactical precision before they can unholster their weapons. Your bedroom door is blown off its hinges. 12 armed operators swarm in with laser sights on your chest. They tackle you to the floor and immediately seize your hands. They cannot let you touch a keyboard. They want you alive, and they want your encryption keys. Level 9. The end. The UAE extradites you to the United States. The trial is a formality. The government has terabytes of evidence and testimonies from 50 affiliates who took plea deals. You are convicted on over 100 counts of wire fraud, extortion, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit cyberterrorism. The judge sentences you to 250 years. ADX, Florence, Colorado. The highest security supermax prison on the planet. A soundproof concrete cell. Locked down 23 hours a day. The window is 4 inches wide and points only at the sky, so you cannot even map the facility. No computers, no internet, no screens. The silence is deafening. You went from controlling global infrastructure to not controlling when the lights in your cell turn off. You sit on your concrete bed and think about the freezing apartment in Yekaterinburg. You started this entire journey to escape a concrete box. You spent 2 decades clawing your way to the top of the world, only to end up in a smaller, colder concrete box where you will spend the rest of your life. But the dark web does not die with you. The Syndicate fractures, but the pieces rebuild. The code evolves. Somewhere in a deteriorating apartment block in Eastern Europe, a 17-year-old kid is staring at a cracked laptop screen. He is broke. He is desperate. He finds an anonymous forum post offering Bitcoin for simple work. He clicks reply, and the machine starts all over again. Subscribe to stay ahead of the stories mainstream media won't tell you. And drop a comment below. At which level did you think there was no turning back?